Welcome. This program will guide you through the setup and operation of your new Stryker PowerPro XT cot. The PowerPro XT is a highly advanced battery-powered hydraulic cot that gives you the power to serve your patients better and to save yourself from potential injuries. Patients are getting heavier, and the PowerPro XT allows operators of almost any size to raise, lower, or load the cot with less spinal load, reducing the risk of injury. These design features provide you the power to save yourself, and save your career. PowerPro use has been proven to reduce injuries, reduce lost and modified workdays, reduce workers' compensation rates, and has improved employee recruitment and retention. This program is divided into topic segments that you can select individually from a menu. Watch the entire program from beginning to end. Later, select individual segments to refresh your memory. First of all, notice that all controls are red in color, making them easy to find in a hurry. Also notice that the control switches have a protective cover to prevent accidental actuation. The buttons are contoured for touch recognition. Throughout the in-service DVD, you will hear the narrator refer to amber LEDs. However, only red LEDs will be visible on the screen. Amber LEDs function the same as the red LEDs. Reference the Operations and Maintenance Manual if you have any questions on LED color and functionality. Additional information is provided in the Operations and Maintenance Manual with step-by-step instructions, illustrations, and routine maintenance schedules for your cot. After removing all packaging materials and inspecting your cot, you will need to prepare the battery system. When the battery is fully charged, slide it into the PowerPro XT until it clicks. You'll see a green light on the cot indicating it has power. If you see flashing amber, the battery needs to be charged. Before you can set up your PowerPro XT for the first time, you should have a fully charged SmartPack, the 24-volt power source, in your PowerPro XT. Your two SmartPacks come with a partial charge, and Stryker recommends fully charging the SmartPacks before initial installation. Connect the Smart Charger to a power supply by inserting the power cord into the socket at the rear of the charger. When the charger is properly connected, the round green power LED will illuminate. Simply slide a SmartPack into the Smart Charger. Once the SmartPack is in place, the charger's built-in retainer prevents accidental disconnections. The Smart Charger will blink green when charging and will show a steady green when the pack is fully charged and ready for use. A new SmartPack will be fully charged in approximately 2 hours. Use the red release button to remove the SmartPack from the charger. Each Smart Charger comes with a power cord. An optional mounting bracket and additional power cords are available. When installing a Smart Charger in a vehicle, place it in an enclosed cabinet to prevent patient contact. The optional mounting bracket will eliminate charger movement and sliding within the cabinet during transport. Additional information on the Smart Power System is provided in the Operations and Maintenance Manual. Always take time to inspect the vehicle interior, in particular the safety hook, the in-fastener shutoff, and the cot fastening system. The safety hook is designed to engage the cot safety bar when loading or unloading a cot. There are multiple safety hooks. Determine which hook should be used based on vehicle and bumper configuration. Proper safety hook placement is critical to ensure the safety hook does not miss the safety bar. Reference your Operations and Maintenance Manual for safety hook placement and installation. The in-fastener shutoff is a safety device that prevents the cot from raising and lowering when locked in the cot fastener. Proper placement of the in-fastener shutoff is critical. The cot needs to be properly secured in the cot fastener and aligned with the in-fastener shutoff, or the cot may be accidentally activated. To install and adjust the in-fastener shutoff, load the unoccupied cot into the vehicle with the retractable head section fully extended. Push the head section into the antler and push the cot retaining post into the cot fastener rail clamp. The spring-loaded clamp will click as it closes around the post. The rail clamp on the cot fastener can be adjusted if needed. Next, slide the in-fastener shut-off bracket along the rail clamp until the rivet on the shut-off bracket is aligned with the arrow on the cot's sensor panel. The cot's magnetic switch is behind this panel. Tighten the in-fastener shut-off bracket to the rail clamp assembly. Check to be sure the in-fastener shutoff is functioning by pressing the minus or retract button. If the shutoff is properly aligned, the motor will not activate, but the battery indicator will light. Only test the shutoff with the minus button. Do not test the shutoff by pressing the plus button, or you may damage the cot. Patient restraints are an important safety component of your cot. Reference the Operations and Maintenance Manual for information on how to attach the restraints. The optional restraint belt extension provides an additional 36 inches of belt length to secure larger patients. When the cot is not being used, keep the restraint straps buckled to avoid potential damage caused by dangling buckles and straps. Inspect the restraints for wear and tear at least once a month and more frequently if your cot is used heavily. With the touch of a button, the PowerPro XT will automatically raise the load wheels for ease of loading to the preset height of the vehicle deck, a feature that provides you the power to save. Since vehicle deck heights vary, set the cot's automatic load height before the cot is put into service to ensure your cot will come to the correct loading height for your vehicle every time you use it. First, measure the height from the vehicle deck to the ground. Then raise the cot until it automatically stops at its load position. Measure the distance below the load wheels on the cot. As a best practice, the bottom of the load wheels should be 1/2 inch higher than the deck of the vehicle. If they're not, here's how you adjust the load height of the cot. Locate the sensor housing on the patient right side of the cot. Remove the sensor housing cover. Inside, you'll find 2 flat sensors mounted in a toothed rack. The left sensor governs the automatic stop point as the cot raises. If the load wheels are too low, pull the height sensor out of the teeth on its rack and move the sensor to the left. If the load wheels are too high, move the sensor to the right. Each time you reposition the cot height sensor in its rack, lower the cot to the lowest position and then raise it until it stops automatically. There's no need to reinstall the cover as you test. Just run the cot down and then up and measure again. When the automatic stop height matches the vehicle floor height plus 1/2 inch, you've got it. This additional 1/2 inch allows for variations in patient and equipment weight. Now, make sure the cables are neat and are lying flat in the housing between the sensors as you replace the cover and tighten the screws. After you've made the load height adjustment, test the cot to make sure the safety bar engages the safety hook. The following segments will guide you through the use of your new battery system. To check the power level of your battery pack, simply press the minus button on the cot control. Green means you're good to go. Amber means you should change the battery pack. The PowerPro XT also has an hour usage meter at the foot end control enclosure. This meter shows the total amount of time that the cot has been in use under power. Use the total time to schedule preventative maintenance to keep your PowerPro XT in top condition. Stryker advocates disposal of all non-functional batteries at a battery recycling center such as the RBRC, Rechargeable Battery Recycling Center. For more information on the RBRC and their free recycling centers, please reference your Operations and Maintenance Manual. The PowerPro XT uses a single 24-volt smart pack as its power source. This is the power behind the PowerPro XT's ability to lift patients quickly and effortlessly. A fully charged Smart Pack is good for approximately 15 to 20 service calls, depending on patient weight and environmental conditions. The Smart Pack will recharge in approximately 2 hours and requires no extended tuning cycles. The Smart Pack is easy to handle due to its small size and is completely sealed with no vents, which helps prevent contamination and makes cleaning easier. Because it doesn't require tuning and it has no memory, a Smart Pack requires less time to charge. To install the Smart Pack in the PowerPro XT cot, align it with the battery slot and push the battery until it clicks into place. Once the battery is installed, a green light will show you that the battery is ready. If the indicator flashes amber, the Smart Pack needs to be recharged. Never attempt to remove a Smart Pack when the cot is activated and the motor is running. Smart Pack removal is fast and easy. Reach under the Smart Pack, your index finger will fall on the red release button. Press the red button as you remove the Smart Pack from its slot. Another way to remove the Smart Pack is to push the red release button along the right-hand side of the foot end control enclosure and slide the battery out of the enclosure. The Smart Power System comes with 2 Smart Packs, a Smart Charger, and a power cord. Once both packs are fully charged, insert one into the PowerPro cot and keep the other Smart Pack in the charger. A Smart Pack, like any battery, will slowly begin to lose charge once it is removed from the charger. Even if a Smart Pack is in the Smart Charger for extended periods, there's no risk of overcharging. Keeping a Smart Pack in the Smart Charger is a sure way to have a fully charged Smart Pack ready when you need it. Your Smart Charger automatically evaluates the condition of a Smart Pack whenever it's placed in the charger. The Smart Charger LEDs tell you what you need to know. Any green LED message means that the charging process is proceeding normally. Amber LED messages mean that charging has been delayed or interrupted. Blinking green means charging. Steady green means fully charged, tested, and ready. During each charge, the Smart Charger evaluates the Smart Pack to make sure it is functional and ready for use. It is a best practice to keep a Smart Pack on the charger until the LED is solid green. If the Smart Pack on the charger is not functional or is not a Smart Pack, the charger LED will be a steady amber indicating battery failure. Blinking amber means that battery temperature will not allow a charge. The Smart Charger will delay charging the Smart Pack. The blinking amber LED will persist until an acceptable temperature is reached. Then the blinking green LED will illuminate and the charging cycle will begin. The Smart Pack has no memory and performance is not reduced by repeated partial discharges. Nevertheless, best practice is to keep using a Smart Pack until the amber light on the PowerPro XT indicates it's time for a freshly charged Smart Pack. Do not try to use a Smart Pack for service calls after you've seen the amber indicator, or you may shorten the Smart Pack's life. Remove the Smart Pack prior to power washing the PowerPro XT. In the event that the Smart Pack is exposed to contaminated fluids, it can be power washed separately if necessary. Never submerge a Smart Pack. Be sure to dry the Smart Pack thoroughly prior to insertion onto a PowerPro cot or a charger. When cleaning the Smart Charger, first disconnect it from the power supply and ensure that the power light is no longer illuminated. Do not spray cleaners directly on the charger. Instead, dampen a cloth and wipe the charger thoroughly. Be sure to allow the charger to dry before power is reconnected. The Smart Pack fits any Stryker powered cot and is only compatible with the Stryker Smart Charger. The PowerPro XT can be placed in Trendelenburg position. This feature can be operated with 1 or 2 medics. To raise the footrest, lift the footrest frame until it stops. The support bracket will engage automatically when lowered. To lower the footrest, lift the footrest frame, and while holding the frame, lift up on the release handle until the bracket disengages. Lower the footrest until flat. The Power Pro XT also has an optional litter that will allow a patient to be placed in knee gauge or Trendelenburg position. These features can be operated by 1 or 2 medics. To actuate the knee gauge position, simply lift one of the red lifting loops at the foot end of the cot until the knee gauge is in its fully raised position. Then slowly lower the knee gauge to allow the support bracket to engage in the locking mechanism. Check to be sure the lock is fully engaged before releasing the lifting loop. To lower the knee gauge, lift either of the red lifting loops to relieve pressure on the locking mechanism. While holding the loop, actuate the red release handle until the lock disengages. Lower the knee gauge to the flat position. To raise the footrest on the litter, lift the footrest frame until it stops. Again, be sure the footrest frame is securely locked before you release your grip. To lower the footrest, lift the frame and, while holding the frame, actuate the red release handle and slowly lower the footrest to the flat position. The Power Pro XT is equipped with a pneumatic backrest that reduces the force needed to move a patient from a flat to an upright position. To raise or lower the backrest, simply squeeze either side of the red release handle behind the backrest. Release the handle at any point and the backrest will lock into place. Note that the lift assist mechanism uses patient weight to help lower the backrest. Lowering the backrest without a patient may require slightly more force. The Stryker Power Pro XT is equipped with a retractable head section. When the backrest is up, the overall length of the cot can be reduced by telescoping the retractable head section into the Power Pro XT frame. Reducing cot length improves mobility in tight spaces. The retractable head section also gives you complete 360-degree mobility at any height position. To retract the head section, grasp the red release handle with one hand and hold as you push the head section toward the litter frame. Make sure it locks into the retracted position. Release the lever and check to make sure the head section is securely locked. To extend the head section, grasp the red release lever as you pull the head section out to its fully extended and locked position. Never operate the cot with the head section in a partially extended and unlocked position. Make sure the head section is extended and locked when loading the cot into a vehicle, otherwise the cot will not be securely locked into the cot fastener. The Stryker Power Pro XT has convenient fold-down side rails that can be operated with one hand. To lower a side rail, squeeze the red release handle and guide the side rail toward the foot end until it lies flat against the litter frame. To raise the side rails, swing the side rails toward the head end of the cot until they lock into place. There's no need to squeeze the red release handle to raise the side rails. Power Pro side rails are designed to provide patients with a greater sense of security during transport. Even with the patient restraints secured and the side rails raised, never leave a patient unattended on the cot. To load a patient onto the cot, raise or lower the cot to patient level. Next, lower the side rail closest to the patient and open the patient restraint straps. Using proper protocols and procedures, transfer the patient to the cot. Before attempting to move an occupied cot, secure the patient with all restraints. Now you may adjust the backrest and foot support as needed. You should practice using the Power Pro XT controls with an unoccupied cot before attempting to operate the cot with a patient. The Power Pro XT has a 700-pound weight capacity. 2 operators are required to operate a cot with a patient at all times. The Power Pro XT cot will fully raise and lower in less than 6 seconds. For patients over 500 pounds, both operators may need to slightly assist the cot. The base will retract when loading the cot onto the vehicle in less than 3 seconds. The power controls for raising and lowering are located at the foot end of the Power Pro XT. Controls are duplicated, one set on each of the two lift bars. Stryker recommends using the lower lift bar when loading the PowerPro XT cot. Either set can be used to raise or lower the cot in a stationary position. Before moving the patient, make sure patient restraints are fastened. With an occupied cot, both operators should maintain a firm grip on the cot frame. The foot end operator presses the plus or convex button to go up and the minus or concave button to go down. Contoured buttons allow touch recognition so that you can keep your eyes on the patient. When the cot reaches the desired height, release the button and the cot will stop. At least 2 operators are required to transport a patient. Larger patients may require additional operators. The PowerPro XT cot can transport a patient in any height position. However, lower positions improve balance and stability. Use the lowest position that's comfortable for you. During transport, approach doorways and other low obstacles squarely and lift each set of wheels over the obstacle separately. High obstacles such as curbing, steps, or rough terrain should be avoided. Find an alternate route or seek additional help.